Today I'm going to recap how we did in Q2 of 2024, the last quarter for us since we started in July. But before that, let's get into the intro. Welcome back to the 4Bs, where we discuss boxing, betting the B-side, and other BS. My name is Percy, and if you don't want to miss any of the picks, please make sure to like and subscribe and tell a friend. So to start off, I'm coming from a different location. I'm in my room at the casino because I've realized that sitting up here and talking to you prevents me from losing more money than I already have. And I have good news and bad news about Q2. I'll start with the bad news. The bad news is that we actually lost money in Q2. The good news is it wasn't nearly as much money as I lost playing poker just this weekend alone, so there's always that. Also, when we break down how we did, I like to look at things at plus 300 or more odds, plus 150 to 299, and anything that is more of a plus 149 and lower, which is more of like that coin flip type of bet, or even supposed to be more the sure thing type of thing. Turns out I do much better on the longer odds bets than I did on the plus 149 or lower. Some of those highlights that we have, and let's celebrate the wins here. We won twice on plus 700 bets. One being Artur Beterbiev to beat Dmitry Bivol by decision at plus 700. And then on the undercard of one of the more recent fights, we had August Ezequiel Quintana to beat Mark Castro. At that one, I gotta say, I thought it was because it looked like Castro looked like he was dehydrated and he wasn't ready to perform in the fight. Just turns out Quintana brought his A game and was better and was able to get the win. Didn't happen the way I thought it would, but we'll take a win because a W is a W, right? We also were able to sweat out, for a short moment, a plus 2,200 bet where I had Tim Tszyu to get knocked down and come back to win by KO over Murtazaliev. Turns out that what I thought was a flash knockdown was more than that, because Tim Tszyu didn't really know how to clinch or how to preserve himself and make it to the next round and recover. I hope that's something that his team is working on, and I hope they're working on better matchmaking to make sure he can perform at his best as well. Overall, I gave you 54 picks. That's 17 more picks than I gave you in Q1, where we gave 37. Got 17 of them correct. So we had 17 correct bets. That's about 31% of them right, which is down from Q1, where we had about 37% right. The big thing, though, is that in Q1, when we did hit, we were hitting some big ones that put us at basically 13 bets in the positive. Of these 54 bets, we did end up down, but we were down basically 3 bets over the Q2. So overall in 2024, we still finish up plus 10 bets over, 91 bets that I gave you. Of course, when you have long odds bets, you can't always win them all. You're going to lose more of them than you win, but you're counting on those big ones to help you end up in the positive if you can, or at least give you something fun to watch while you're watching a boxing match, just like that Tim Tszyu fight. I do want to celebrate that we are 2 for 2 on fights involving Serhii Bohachuk. The first time in Q1 where we picked Virgil Ortiz to beat him by decision when everyone else was basically saying it was going to end in a knockout one way or the other. And then this time around when he was fighting his replacement opponent, Ishmael Davis. I told you back then, you can go back and watch the video. I said the rounds selection I really liked was rounds 4 through 6 for it to end, and Davis retired in round 6. So that one we hit spot on. I did bracket it by saying I liked rounds 4 through 6 and 7 through 9, but 4 through 6 was really the one that I wanted, that I thought was going to happen. One last note on fights that we picked. Sometimes when you pick fights, hey, you don't know what's going to happen. So we had in the rematch between Robeisy Ramirez and Rafael Espinosa, we had Ramirez winning by points or decision, and that was at plus 190 on FanDuel. And through 5 rounds or so, it looked like it was definitely going to be going to decision based on the way that Ramirez was fighting. He was fighting on the outside, picking his times to come in, landing shots. Espinosa looked like he was coming back. And then something happened in round 6, I believe it was, where he took a jab to the face from Espinosa and waved off the fight. Boxing is unpredictable. People get hurt. The commentators at the time were kind of down on him because they were saying like, oh, a real fighter would never quit. Turns out he had a broken orbital bone. I think it was a good idea for him to quit. And you can't fault that. You can't really be mad about it. It happens. This is what happens when 2 people punch each other in the face and in the body. I like to look at it as the best thing I can do is try and visualize what I think will happen, what is likely to happen, and how things will play out, and give you the best picks based on that. It looked like it was trending that way, and then things turned sideways. We'll keep on going with these in Q1 of next year. I'm going to break things down just based by year. So 2024, the books are closed and we are up. 2025, we're hoping for a better year. When you guys see this, it'll probably be around that time. So happy New Year's to all of you. And if 2024 wasn't a good year, I hope it was, then let's hope that 2025 is much better. Same thing I'm hoping for at the 4Bs is that we go onward and upward. So stick with me, and I'll see you next time when we have some predictions.